Army of Two: The 40th Day is obviously the sequel to Army of Two, surprise, surprise. And one of the exciting things for the team, I think, is to be able to take a game that was successful and had some great ideas and innovated in a lot of areas, and really trying to fix all the problems with the first one and really focus it and make a game that's, that's really competitive with the top tier of shooters. I think the two big ideas are, one is that it's inherently co-op. There's no escaping the co-op in Army of Two. Lots of other games have, a co-op mode or a co-op option. In our game, you're either playing with your buddy on the couch or you're playing with a partner AI. There's no, that's the core focus of the game. And the second one is we want to put you in an unusual scenario. We don't want it to be in the space shooter bracket. We don't want it to be in the sort of real world shooter bracket. We want it to be this sort of exaggerated realism in the middle. And what we've done with that is to kind of put you in a disaster movie. It's based on an idea we're calling the 40th Day Initiative, which is this sort of disaster that befalls Shanghai, where the game is set, is a mystery, and it's something that you can uncover in the game or choose not to uncover. And what you do know from the start, though, is that the events that are occurring are part of something called the 40th Day Initiative. A big focus for us too is making not just the world believable, but the characters believable. And in the first game, because the masks were always down and these masks became massively iconic, I think that's very powerful. But we also wanted to create characters where they can actually flip the mask up outside of combat and be believable people in the environment. So if we want to do cutscenes or interactions with other characters, they're not talking to sort of like a transformer, they're talking to a human being. So it lets us go between two kind of extremes, which is the human version and then the kind of faceless killing machine version, which I think is fun and keeps that sort of iconic flavor. One of the big keywords for us too is choice. So we're going to allow you to be less nice and allow you to be nicer. A lot of the dialogue is going to be keyed on actions. So things that you've done in the past will key future dialogue. So the choice will be in what you do. Like, we showed a lot of the hostage scenarios. So you come across hostages in the scene and you can decide to kill them. And then later on, your guys will comment on that. And we're going to assume that if you're the sort of person who goes around killing hostages, then you're not exactly the nicest of characters. So we might give you a bit of more of a darker tone to your dialogue, and vice versa. If you go around always looking after people and saving people, then you're going to be a little bit nicer. But also, I think we're pushing most of you're keeping the humor, obviously. That's a trademark of the franchise. But we're trying to sort of raise the tone of the humor as well. So it'll be black humor and gallows humor more than it's sort of toilet humor. We've got this feature we're calling the Co-op Playbook, and it's basically the ability to bring up a little window into the world that will give you extra information. So the first game had the GPS line, which showed you the path to your next objective, and so that's coming back. We're also adding the ability to query enemies, so that, say, casual players who may not be aware of all the more advanced moves like mock surrender or hostage hold or co-op snipe can sort of query characters in pre-combat, and it will give them advice, on what they could do in that situation. So it won't make you do it, obviously, but it allows you to sort of find out what your different choices in the environment are. And the last little part of that is it also lets you communicate with your partner. So you could, for instance, bring up your Co-op Playbook and through the GPS window tag an enemy in the world. And if your partner also brings up that window, they can see the information that you marked in the world. So you can communicate characters that you want to shoot, or people that you want to save, or even just incidental objects that you say go to that point, or I'll meet you at that point. Army of Two: The 40th Day is coming out for Xbox 360, PS3, and PSP. We'll be giving a lot more details over the year. We've got a lot more big features we want to talk about, and we're just trying to make it as good as we can right now.